Hey everyone, it's Shayla and welcome back to my channel where we talk about all things spirituality, but most recently we're talking about my lock journey. So as you can see from the title of this video, this is my 6-week retightening update. So this is literally, I think, my 4th attempt to make this update video about my lock journey. Every time that I've tried, either my neighbors were being loud and obnoxious, or my daughter was being extremely loud, or there was just like something going on. But I got it together today. By the way, today is Tuesday, June 21st, and it is the summer solstice. And I think that is why, like, everything's just been going really great today. I'm full of energy. I'm feeling amazing. See my earrings? Aren't those cute? So yeah, we're talking about my locks. So it has been about a week and a half since I went in for my first retie for my MicroLocs. These are, if you cannot tell, 2-strand twist, and I do have MicroLoc extensions. So the first thing that I remember when I went in for my retie, I had no idea that it was going to make my head so sore. Why y'all didn't tell me? But it's okay. After about 4 days, the soreness went away. I did get some repairs during my retie, and I'm not gonna go too deep into details about my my repairs. There's my neighbors. They're home. We'll see if we can get through this video without them being too crazy noisy. Like, literally, that bump was so loud my camera shook. Anywho, apartment life. I don't want to get into too many details about my extension situation. It does bring a little bit of frustration to me. I'm trying to keep it positive today, but I did have to do, I will briefly say, I did have to do a few repairs, probably about like 25 of my locks. The ends did come off, and some of them were repaired, and then the other ones we just together like made an executive decision that whichever ones come out, they're just not meant to be, and just gonna keep it pushing and keep flowing and growing and not repair. So, and when I say repair, what I mean is, so for example, this lock, it stops like right here. You see the rest of them go down here. That is because the length of extension bulky hair that I bought, I want to say I got like a 16-inch, and I probably should have got the absolute longest length that is offered at Exie Hair. But since I didn't, she pretty much has like 3 pieces. So like, you know, there's like one piece and it kind of went this far, and then there's another piece that took it a little bit longer, then like a third piece to get it to this shoulder length. The very bottom section that was, you know, braided and twisted in, those have been slipping out. It's, yeah, like I said, it's been a little frustrating for me, but you know, at this point, I have 307 locks in my head, so it's not that noticeable that there's like a couple of short ones. So yeah, that's just kind of where I'm at with that whole situation. Like I said, I'm trying to keep it simple, concise, and positive, but not going to be doing any more repairs unless my twists come completely undone. That's a different story. Yeah, 307 locks. It took about 6 hours to do my retie, and that of course included a wash. In my last video, I briefly did talk about as far as me not liking this blonde color, because it wasn't the color that I actually ordered, but this is what they sent me. The color has grown on me a lot. I love that my roots are black. I'm gonna show you guys the back of my head. I'm glad that I'm waiting like a whole week to do this update video, because my hair is starting to look a little more full again. You know how when you first get a retie, it just, I'll show you a picture. My hair just looked like smaller, and I was just like, I feel like I'm going through like some kind of phase again. But yeah, it's been a week. I've been spraying my hair with my what I call lock tonic. By the way, the recipe for the lock tonic I got from WestIndieRay, and I will put her name in the description below, and yeah, in the video, because it's somewhere here on YouTube, and that lock tonic is amazing. But yeah, let me show you guys the back of my head. I'm like on the couch, but so I have black roots now. Let me see if I'm close enough. Yeah. So I'm really happy with the way that my locks are looking. I don't know what my kitchen looked like, but I want to be able to do the thing that people do in like slow motion where they're like, you know, my hair don't be wanting to do all of that. And that's okay. It can do what it wants to do. Uh, but yeah, so the retie experience was great. It was a little bit longer than I like thought it was going to be, but it's okay because it felt good to get my hair washed. Like that was like the best part. Having this warm water on my scalp, it was really delightful. And my loctician, she's cool. Like I love chit-chatting and chopping it up with her. She's actually at a barber shop, and the barbers there, they are hilarious, very entertaining. So the 6 hours, it wasn't that bad considering that I was entertained the entire time. So yeah, my hair is growing, as you can see. I have the black roots. When I first started, my head was completely whatever color this is. So yeah, that's a plus. The color, that's what I was getting with that. So I do still want to dye my hair a little bit darker. I'm thinking like a cinnamon brown. I feel like that would look really good on my skin tone, but I am going to wait a little bit longer. So for right now, I've postponed changing my hair color until fall. My birthday's in October. I'm gonna try to wait until like the end of September, but we'll see. As a Libra, I'm liable to change my mind. But for right now, I'm loving this color. It's definitely giving ombre, and I'm happy with it. I will say one more thing about slippage. Even though we had repairs, I still have lost some end pieces. Some of them were like 2 sections, which is why like some of these in the front are just shorter. But again, I'm just rolling with it. It has been frustrating. I will say part of the reason why it took me like a week and a half to make this update video is because I was feeling a bit frustrated about the way that my locks were acting or looking or feeling. So part of my repairs included, you know, adding more extension hair, but then there's also the trimming. So basically like, you know, trimming the frayed ends. I don't know like the right words. You know how when you get braids and you have like frayed hairs, like, so there's the braid and there's like frayed hairs. So those have to be like cut. So that's what had to be done on my itty bitty MicroLocs. And the little small pieces of hair were like sticking me. They were hella itchy. Oh my gosh, it was messing with my sleep. I was just like, yeah. I didn't think about shaving my head too much, but the thought crossed my mind. That's how uncomfortable my shoulders, my neck was. Like, I also felt like my hair felt a little more stiff, like probably like, I would say like 5 or 6 days after doing my retie. And I contribute part of that to me asking my loctician to not to put a lot of oil in my hair. So I went in for another retie. I want to say it was like 3 weeks after my installation, and she oiled my scalp, and there was just like, I think it just like kind of went overboard. So there was like so much oil in my scalp. I think that that was contributing to some of my locks that did slip out because my hair was just like too oily. It was way too much for me. And so yeah, so my locks did feel a little bit dry. To combat that, like I said, I've been using my lock tonic, and then I just purchased me some rose water. So I'm gonna add a little bit of rose water to my lock tonic. Hopefully I'm not doing the absolute most and don't do anything wrong, but I'm just gonna see how it does. What else can I say about my locks? They look good. Like the last 2 days, I'm like, yes, this is, and I'm gonna tell you, my loctician got on to me because she wants me, like when I'm getting ready to go to bed at night, to like put my hair in several braids to kind of bind it or whatever. And I know the benefit of doing that. It's difficult for me. I already kind of sleep bad, and so having like all these hard, they feel hard when I like have all these braids in my head. It's very uncomfortable for me to sleep. And so I tried like the first 3 nights. I would like have like 8 braids. Some nights have 10 braids, and y'all, I just wasn't getting the sleep that I needed. And so, like I said, it was uncomfortable. My neck was hurting. I don't know why. It was just an issue for me. But since I have stopped doing that, I'm sleeping better, but my locks look more straight, and I prefer them to be straight. Like there's a little bit of movement, you know, like waviness, but for the most part, they're pretty straight, and that's my preference. I feel like it looks better the way that it frames my face. Hopefully I'm not messing my locks up. They seem to be fine. The reason why she was recommending is, so I'm gonna give you guys a close-up. The front of my hair, my curl pattern is looser, the front of my hair. So that's one thing. Most of the ones that have slipped out are in the front. So let's see if I can get a better close-up. So my real hair, let's say this one for example. My real hair is not one to stay in this twist. It's just kind of hanging. Let's see. Let's do it that way. Y'all see? I have like 4 or 5 in the front that are like that. They do not want to, look at that. They just don't really want to be a part of this, you know, situation. But with time, I'm sure everything will come together nicely. Or we're gonna have to do like an instant lock situation, which was discussed. But yeah, for right now, it doesn't look bad, you know. I just, whatever 2 or 3 that are like that. I don't know if this is the same one. Let me get closer, y'all. I feel like if I can't see, that y'all probably can't see either. So like, see what I'm talking about? Lots of frizz. All of them don't look that way. Like I said, it's mostly just these ones right here in this little section. And I'm rolling with it. Me doing locks this second time around, a lot of it is just for my own personal growth. Of course, number 1 reason was to simplify my life, but number 2 was just my own personal growth of like doing my due diligence to practice non-attachment. And so just accepting what comes and accepting what goes peacefully without throwing a fit, without crying, without having a meltdown. You know, it's just like some things you just can't control. And I will say that this lock journey, that is what it's been for me. It's just acceptance of what naturally flows in and out of my life. So yeah, that's a lot of why I said in the beginning, I'm working on having a more positive expression about the slippage that I've been experiencing, because in the grand scheme of things, my hair still looks really bomb. And it's not that big of a deal that I've had like 15 pieces already slip again since my retie, because it's still, my hair still looks good. Like I'm still very happy with my decision. It gives it character, and that's just like life, you know, like stuff happens, it gives us character, we grow from it, and we just keep it pushing, you know? So anywho, I don't want to make this a long video, but I just wanted to give you guys an update of how my locks are hanging. And because it is summer solstice, happy summer solstice, I'm about to get out in nature. It's about almost 8 p.m. We still got at least another hour and a half of outdoor time before it's pitch black dark. And I'm about to just reconnect with Mother Gaia and go have me a nice salad and just, you know, set my intentions. For my locks to continue to be strong and grow is definitely going to be on my intention list, and I'm just excited to manifest that growth. And yeah, so when I do my next retie, which is going to be, I'm on a 6-week schedule, so 5 weeks from now I'll come back and show you guys how they're hanging in. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in my next video. Oh, and before I go, here's some pictures of what my hair's been looking like the last month. Ciao.